per topic. Charmaine, please.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope that you are having your lunch as you watched it. So today, very happy to share personal branding hacks in 20 minutes. There are three components that I'd like to share today. So after the webinar, the PDF will be sent to you, but feel free to take any screenshots that you like and also ask me questions. We try to take as many questions possible. Quick introduction of myself. I'm Charmaine. I'm Chief Digital Marketing Officer at Sky Digital Agency. It's my own agency where we do both training, consultancy, and client projects. I teach at IAL. I've been teaching CPD programs at IAL for quite some time. I teach at Singapore Business Federation as well. So happy to be connected. If you're on LinkedIn, this is my LinkedIn QR code. If you cannot see it later, I'll flash it again. I do a bit of business and marketing mentorships as well at SUTD, NUS, and Temasek Poly, just to help students and startup founders with their marketing strategy and their overall business ideas, especially if they're thinking of starting an agency. So that's a little bit about me. I do talks like this, so I enjoy doing lunch talks and talks at IAL, talks at NLB. So if you are interested to find out more about personal branding on different platforms, I do have those resources. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn and I'll share that with you. But like I mentioned, this PDF deck would be shared with you after the talk. So 3 of my topic is find out what is personal branding all about. The second thing, I hope I would like to share with you 5 things to look out for on your LinkedIn profile that would give you visibility and also communicate who you are a little bit more, I would say, professionally. So I call it online brand tips. And number 3, I hope to share with you how I see LinkedIn networking as and how it is different from the other platforms that we know of. For example, Instagram, even TikTok, right? So LinkedIn is a little bit different, not only because of the demographics. So first question, 2 sets of questions. So this is the first set of questions for you, okay? There will be something that pop up on your screen. So do help us by responding and we will close it once about 70% of you have responded. First question is, have you Googled someone before a meeting or an interview? Okay, have you Googled someone? Have you? So the first question is, have you? The second question is, do you think others have Googled or maybe even LinkedIn your name? Some people say that nowadays it's a professional setting. People may not Google you, but they might LinkedIn you. Because personal branding actually is both offline and online. There is also a mismatch sometimes. Some people manage their online brand very well, but their offline brand is different and people feel the difference and people feel also confused. There are 2 sides to balance as similar as you are online and offline. Okay, we call it authenticity lah. Okay, the poll results are out. So let me see. 85% said yes. 15% said no to Googling someone before meeting or an interview. Ooh, okay, so that's a big percentage. I was expecting about 70%. Okay, do you think others have Googled or LinkedIn? Wow, 100%. Okay. So you all know, it's very important. If you think that people are Googling or searching you on LinkedIn before they meet you, this is how important it is. I'd like you to think of 2 words, okay? 2 words to describe this person. Most of us would have known him. He's called Steve Jobs. And I'd like you to think about 2 words. We will be opening the poll as well. So the first person is Steve Jobs. And of course, the second person is Elon Musk. I will give you 30 seconds to think about this. And I want you to see how different the words you use are. But 100% of you responded. Wow, thank you so much for responding. I want you to watch this video. It's 1 minute long. And I want you to share your takeaways on what are the few things you get from this video. Okay, what are the few things that you learned from this video? I edited it down to 1 minute. Hear from Marco.
Whether you realize it or not, you have a personal brand. If I looked you up on Google and didn't find anything about you on the first page of results, that's your personal brand. If I found an out-of-date LinkedIn profile or a bunch of random social media posts, that too is your personal brand. People tend to think about a personal brand as bragging, self-promotion, and all about yourself. But it's actually something much more important. It's your reputation. In other words, it's how people perceive you. Your friends, colleagues, or the general public. And it's what people think about you when they hear your name, as well as what people say about you when you're not in the room. In our connected world, every single one of us has a personal brand, whether we like it or not. This is because whenever we engage with people both in person and online, that's every interaction or everything we post, upload, or comment on, we're creating a reputational narrative about ourselves. Your reputation is already out there. The question is, do you want to be the one who's driving and shaping this story, or do you want chance or algorithms to be doing it for you? I think most people.
All right. So something to think about. What are your takeaways? All right. There are many things that he said in the first minute. I highly suggest for you to watch the full video. It's about 6 to 7 minutes. Very, very good bite size about what personal branding is. Now, I will summarize it on what personal branding is about. Okay, but you might need to add on because it's quite a big topic. But I'll summarize that personal branding is not about how many followers you have. Many people think that, you know, if I have 10,000 followers, I have 100,000 followers, I've built a personal brand. No, that's not true, okay? Personal branding is what people say about you when they hear your name. Okay, so that was what Marco said. Positive or negative lah, okay? And the second thing is what they say about you when you're not in the room. Some people like to think about how people feel when they hear your name. Do they feel excited, or they're like, oh man, it's Charmaine again? Or they like, wow, okay, Charmaine again. Can't wait to have her, you know? Can't wait to listen to her. Can't wait to be in the same meeting as her. So that is your personal brand, all right? Of course, do you want to be the one shaping the story, or you want to let chance and algorithms do it for you? Because over the last few years, actually, I've been volunteering to teach at IAL since 2017, 2018. A lot of people say that if I don't post, means no news is good news. But actually, right, your choice of not posting is also describing something about you and something about your personal brand. Today, right, we can say that, okay, I don't like Facebook, I don't like Instagram, I don't like TikTok. But when it comes to LinkedIn, right, it's a professional presence image of yourself. What we want to do is to show up. So if you think that, oh, you know, Charmaine, whatever you shared today, these people are billionaires. They have a personal brand. Steve Jobs, Elon Musk. And if you think about it, right, did Steve Jobs ever, the two words that you use, come up and say, I think most of you may have used this word called, he's an innovator. So did Steve Jobs ever come up to the stage and, you know, when he released the new iPhone, new iPod, new iPad, did he ever say that I'm an innovator? And if you think about the words that you use to describe Elon Musk, right, did he ever come up to the stage and say like, I'm eccentric, I'm unpredictable? No, it is the actions that he did that is unpredictable, that is eccentric. People feel that about him. And the thing that he choose to say, he choose to do is unpredictable. Therefore, people feel that that is his personal brand. He is unpredictable. We are going to do a very simple activity, okay? And this is also reflection for you. If you think that personal brands are only for billionaires, I screenshot this as an activity for you to think about. Don't need to pay attention to what the content says, but I want to ask you, how do you feel? Just looking at the first six posts of our agency's Instagram screenshot. I did this activity a few times already okay, my previous workshops and my previous talk. So most people say that, wow, there's a lot of things going on. It looks very fun. It looks very approachable. And that's the key thing about social media. If we are posting something that is very similar, very serious, people will feel that, oh, you're very serious. You're very formal. There are different ways to communicate your personality. If you are fun and you're approachable, use colors. Use the things that you are doing, the activities that you are doing. For me, I'm taking coaching, right? I've been taking coaching for quite some time and pursuing my ICF as well. These are things that I will share my journey as well, both on Instagram and on LinkedIn. And I would also tell people what my takeaways are, why I enjoy coaching, why I'm doing coaching. And if people would like to try coaching out, yeah, I'm giving out a first session discovery call. If you would like to explore coaching and find out what coaching is about, feel free to DM me on LinkedIn. Happy to, you know, have one session with you as a complimentary session for you to find out and explore what coaching is about. This is something to think about. How do you feel is one thing. How do you make people feel? You shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 seconds to, I will say 5 seconds to answer this, because it should be the first thing, okay? The first thing that comes to you, the first feeling, the first emotion, and the first thought that comes to mind. Then you will ask me, okay, Charmaine, can you simplify it? What is personal branding? So I give you 3 sets of things to think about. These things take time for you to reflect. First, you ask yourself, what is your purpose when you do what you do? And when you show up online, what is your purpose? Do you want to share industry knowledge? Do you want to share something that you are passionate about? So that's something that I feel that a personal brand can accommodate. Like for me, I like aquascaping. So if you ask me, will I share on LinkedIn? Maybe, right? But will I share it on Instagram? Definitely, yes. I would definitely share about my aquascapes and my new scapes, my new fish that I bought, things like that. Second is, what is your values? This one is a little bit tougher, but I have some examples. I wrote some examples just to share with you as well. Okay, these are some of what people reflect to me. You must check in with people, because you can think about your personal brand as everything, that you like. But if it's not what people see, then it's a time to reflect as well. And the third thing you need to ask yourself is who you are, what you do, why you do what you do. The why is something that people can detect that is different for you. Okay, now I give you examples. So for me, I'm passionate about education. I believe in the power of education. So that's why for me, every single year I'm launching new programs. Right. If you have attended workshops pre-COVID at IAL before, you would have realized I teach a lot of different digital programs that help upskill fellow adult educators, from e-marketing tools to video marketing, so many different topics. Okay, and of course right now, my topic with IAL, CPD, is a 2 days program on digital branding. My passion for education, my commitment to digital marketing. If you're committed to something, your action must back it up so that people can relate and also agree with you. The third thing is my desire for impact. I like to do impact projects that are meaningful. I'm also part of a project, ASEAN project, where we empower women. It's a free program sponsored by Korea, right? So if you are a woman, you are starting out, you have a business already, you are thinking of, getting to know more people in the field, DM me, I'll share more with you about the program. These are projects that I would intentionally get myself involved in so that it reflects what my personal brand is about. How I work on the project would also tell people what my personal brand is about. And I give you a very simple example. YouTube, people always ask, oh, how about YouTube? YouTube seems to be something that I need to show up on. Yeah, but if your focus is to grow your subscribers, then you might be disappointed. For me, I use YouTube the last many years to use it as a platform where I share additional resources for my participants. So if they attended my CapCut workshop, then I would have a video on how to find and how to edit the video on CapCut. I will also share with them additional resources elsewhere that they can learn. But the key thing here is to assure my learners that there's a resource from me. And if they like my pace, they like the way that I say it, there's a video for them, right? At one point, I was teaching Telegram, so I had Telegram videos as well. So these are some things that I would do. If you think about it, right, personal branding is about the legacy you like to leave behind, the legacy that you like people to think about you. Of course, then you say videos is a bit difficult. It's not my strength. No problem. Platforms such as LinkedIn is very versatile. You can create things like media. Okay, you see this box, pink box. Okay, there's media. If you host events or you're part of an event, you can create an event and tell people about it. The third thing is, for those of you who like to write, you are good at writing, you can click on write article. Articles allow you to also add images and embed videos inside. For me, I usually click on 1A. I have some articles on my LinkedIn, but I'm not active in writing articles. Not exactly my strength. My strength is visual. My background is interactive media design, so I like to create visuals, graphics, and videos. So you click on 1A, you will see this box pop up. In this box, the magic button is the 3 dots. So if you click on the 3 dots, right, there's many other options that will pop up. And this is what you will see pop up. So there's images, there's events, there's poll. You can add a document. Document are PDFs. And for me, right, whenever I do talks, I would condense a version of the PDF and share it on LinkedIn so that people can see as well my slides, because I also teach PowerPoint designing, right? So you need to show people your skill sets, and you need to show and communicate who you are, whether through slides, through graphics, through writing, through videos, you choose. Okay, whatever you're more comfortable with. My suggestion is to think about and work on your strengths. Communicate in a style that is your strength. This is bonus. I'm going to share with you 5 ways to optimize your LinkedIn profile. I just want to say it is not a buzzword. Personal branding is not a buzzword, but today I would choose to engage and work with people who have a personal brand online. First impressions matter. 100% of you said you think that people actually Google and LinkedIn you as well before the meeting or before the interview. Identify ways to differentiate yourself. And one way is personal brand. In the age of, all things artificial intelligence, right? I think honestly, personal brand is going to differentiate you. Personal brand also helps you to build trust and credibility. Every trainer out there can say that they know about digital marketing, but when you can show people how you explain certain concepts, and when you can show people that you can deliver it, clients keep coming back to you. Clients will want to work with you as well. Authenticity is very important. So I shared with you earlier, there are people who have very good digital brands online, but when it comes to face-to-face, offline presence, offline personal brands, when they meet physically with people tend to feel differently about them. Try your best, okay, to just focus on one platform. Don't think about being on too many platforms. Use the platform that is the lowest lying fruit for you or will give you the most results. So how to set up 5 things to look out for, okay? Of course, there are many things, but in this talk, I have limited time. First, I bracket number 1, I circled it, is your what we call a headline. Okay, today, if you come to my profile, you will see that it's different. I always update it just to test different profile. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to describe what you do. I think that this, if you do it properly, would actually increase your searchability on LinkedIn. Number 2, I think it's very important for you to have featured posts. If you don't post very often, feature some posts that describes who you are or tells people what you do and shows people what you are passionate about, okay, your values, etc. Number 3 is something called top skills. It's just at about section. So what you want to do is click on edit button and highlight your top skills. You can only choose 5. They only allow you to choose 5. Now, a lot of people do top skills, and then the top skills is not reflected on this thing called experience. So your top skills, right, must be reflected back in your experience. Otherwise, to LinkedIn, it's like this profile is not complete. I should not rank this profile higher when people search. So for me, I would always reflect the skill sets and leverage on the different experience you have in an organization. If I hold different roles at my agency, I'm a courseware developer, I'm a trainer, right? I do consultancy, I do strategy. So I will reflect that on my experience at my agency on LinkedIn. That's something that you need to do. You need to reflect, show your top skills, reflect your top skills. And when you write up, of course, you need to reflect the top skills keywords as well, lah. Otherwise, people will be like, how is that experience of analytical skills reflected in this experience that you said? Okay, so you must be congruent. So for me, I'm also very picky on organizations I work with. I will reflect it accordingly. Some, if it's not important to reflect, I won't reflect. Okay, but some that helps, I will reflect. So you must do that. You must update your experience and update the write-up, update the top skills that you have reflected and chosen under about. Now, the last thing I think is really important is for you to ask for recommendations. Okay, so just do it whenever you have highlight projects. If 1 people say this about you, is like, okay. But if 3 people say the same thing about you, right, that's like really building your credibility in the industry. Ask for recommendations consistently every year, every quarter. Try to reach out to somebody to give you a recommendation. I have people who have been very generous in giving me recommendations as well. So I'm very thankful as well. So you can see that even people who assist me in my class, I reach out for a recommendation. I want them to comment because they are also trainers themselves, right? But they are assisting me in some of the classes that I'm leading in. 2 bonus points for you is to work on your headshot and also your banner. For me, I actually take my headshots at this place called Photomatic. I think it's at Funan. They have a few brands lah. Okay, currently lah. Okay, recently I just went a few months back again with my trainers. $20 for 10 minutes. Highly recommend for you to do this. And last but not least, let me wrap it up by sharing with you, don't connect with everyone on LinkedIn. I highly suggest for you to be strategic in who you connect with. If you connect with a lot of strangers and they don't engage with your posts, ultimately your posts will be very low engagements. And this is one thing unique about LinkedIn compared to Instagram. You get a choice whether or not you want to connect with this person. Okay, so be very, very choosy. I don't connect with everyone. If I want to connect with someone, I would actually engage with their posts. I will follow them and before I reach out 1 to 2 weeks later. So I have additional resources for you that will be shared with you after the workshop. 5 ways to level up. I went into detail to share my screen, as well as how hashtags work on LinkedIn. So if you're interested to learn more about digital branding, I have a 2 days workshop at IAL. The upcoming workshop is in June. So look forward to meeting all of you and happy to take your questions. Is SkillsFuture credit eligible and UTAP eligible as well?
Thank you. All right. So, Charmaine, we actually have one question. You can actually take a look at it. So we will have that question, and then what we'll do is we'll move quickly to Clemens, the next speaker, and after that we have some more questions